So do I have a caffeine regiment?
Yeah, do
Regime?
you have a caffeine regimen?
Yeah, man, I don't like it, but yeah, I do. Well, there's one for sure thing, and that's this. Every morning, no matter what, without hesitation, is a cup of coffee in the morning. Typically a cup. Today I did the tumbler because honestly, I need to do some dishes and I'm out of mugs. And then I try really hard to for that to be my only source of caffeine. Typically an hour after I wake up, so all the chemicals that are making you drowsy kind of dissipate. So that's my regiment, and yeah, in the afternoon I try. I say this. I say this. I'm such a not a hypocrite. I don't even know the word. I say I'm not gonna like no more caffeine in the afternoon. Let's just drink some water and maybe a soda for lunch. And that never happens. It's an energy drink in the afternoon, or I've been going through the 5 hours that you sent me because my brother went to Costco and picked up a Costco size box of 5 hours, and I got one of those left. So yeah, usually around like 2 o'clock or so. It's like, but with two kids, I mean, I was up at 12, 2, 3, 5, sick kids, sick kids. So how about you? What's the regimen?
Yeah, mine's like typically I save the Celsiuses until the afternoon. No, I shouldn't say 600. I'm sorry, 400. 400 is where I'm at. So I do my pre-workout or Celsius or coffee in the morning, and then noon to 2 o'clock is where I do my second dose of caffeine to get me through the rest of the day and have some energy with kids. Yeah, so I ran out of everything, and I had a Celsius water this morning. Not like the actual carbonated Celsius. Again, Costco, they have those little pouches.
Yeah,
Mix it with
that
water.
seems like a lot. Seems 600 a lot. Is that like? Did you medically figure it out, or just like what you're comfortable with?
That's just what I'm comfortable with. I think I had a not medical person tell me that 1,000 a day is like a cap, good cap.
Okay, all right. Let's try. Yeah, stay under that.
Yeah, I don't do
Cool.
that. I'd go to 400.
All right. Well, for those of you joining today, welcome to Take on Life. This is Thomas and Kevin taking on life. We are going to be talking a lot about, if you're new to the podcast, if you're new to the show, we're going to be talking a lot about, well, things that we do in life. We're taking on life, specifically, though, revolving around having two kids. He's a girl dad. I'm a boy dad of two each, which is kind of neat. Identical twins, as you can see, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Welcome to the show. Now that you know our caffeine regimens, this show is brought to you by copious amounts of caffeine.
I don't understand people who don't do it. How are you alive?
Well,
How do you
that's what,
feel
like,
alive?
There was a conversation I saw between Facebook. What's his name again?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg, and I forget which podcast he was on, but he was saying that he's totally clean, and by clean, like no drugs whatsoever. Green tea, maybe. I think he was drinking tea at the time. I don't know if I believe it or not, but we'll go with it because he seemed pretty genuine about the conversation. But the interesting thing was when he tells people that, it's like, what? Like, how are you doing? Like, you're just raw dogging life right now? Like, you're just out here. Like, it's weird that the norm now is some form of drug, be it caffeine or whatever, to get through the day because life is kind of rough. And he's just out there just taking life on. Yes, good for him.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe someday I'll do like a 90-day clean challenge or whatever. I don't think I can make it. I don't.
It's really not even the caffeine in the coffee. Like, I just really.
Yeah, so maybe if I could probably like wean off into just coffee. I could probably get rid of the pre-workout and all that stuff, but it's more of a stimulant or a placebo at this point. Just like,
Oh yeah,
all right, pre-workout means we're working out.
we're doing it. Well,
Mentally
even your
check.
body. I mean, yeah. You get your body into rhythm. It's expecting certain things now at certain times. So yeah. So today I want to start with a little bit of a. Let's see if we can segment this out a little bit. So like anything good or new in the kids' lives, in your lives? Anything fun that's happened as they grow up? I got a story I want to share. Maybe it'll get your juices going, but I'm going to start with a little bit of stories. So, like, I think it's amazing. So, my toddler is just over 2. His communication skills are getting better and better, and it's just so much fun. But he's also a toddler, and they say, terrible 2 is not exactly terrible, but like, yeah, he wants to touch everything, get into everything, and it's awesome until it hits its limit, and it's like, all right, let's dial it back. He has this amazing ability to both cause a lot of stress in this situation and then diffuse it immediately, right? So like I've told Oliver several times not to chase the cat and pull its tail, and he continuously is doing it. And then mom is telling him not to mess with her breast pumps because he wants to play with them. And it's consistent. Everything he sees right now, he's touching, and we're trying to get out the door because it's time to go. And I'm putting on his jacket, button it up, and he goes and chases the cat again. And I just like, I needed to step away. Like I was like, Oliver, I just need to. And then mom from the couch is like, yeah, how many buttons are we going to push today? And without hesitation, he looks down, points at the button on his jacket and goes, 1? And we both just started geeking out, like just immediately, all stress, everything was gone in that very moment. And she's texting her mom. I'm writing it down in my notebook because I didn't want to forget that moment. I'm like, 1? It was too good. It was too good not to share. And like, that's honestly the stuff you just live for. And then all the stress just immediately gone.
That's
why
funny.
were we? It's just crazy.
Yeah, that reminds me of how literal kids are. I've been trying to, clean up my language to be more inclusive, just because I think it's respectful, for one. But
yeah, that's a big thing. Respect. Like, it's like, yeah. Let's respect each other.
I was talking to somebody because I keep saying like, "Hey, you guys, hey guys." We always say the word term guys, and I've asked this multiple times to different people. Like, is a term saying you guys excluding you, or do you feel like you're not being included in the conversation, or do you feel like you've been slighted in some sort because I said guys and not you all, or hey everybody? When there's a bunch of girls in the room, right?
The southern approach, y'all.
Yeah, I say y'all a lot. But so I asked them, and they're like, no, it's fine. Like, it's Midwest. It's the terminology we've used forever. It's no big deal. However, I was listening to a different podcast or a different person talk about the exact same subject. It was a book I was reading, Radical Candor, one of our leadership books that I was reading. And she actually addressed it in there. And she said that when she was talking to a teacher, it's really weird because all the girls they don't seem like they have a lot of confidence like the boys. Like, they don't raise their hands and answer questions when I ask them. And I think she either sat in the class or she had somebody audit the class or something or whatever.
Specifically a Midwestern class?
No, it was just a class. No,
okay,
she's like from California.
Right.
She worked in all these like massive e-commerce, or like, she worked in Silicon Valley. There we go. She worked in all the Silicon Valley stuff. That's where a lot of her experience comes from as a manager. But anyways, back to the story about the teacher in the classroom, is that when she was finally asked about it or audited or whatever, whenever she asked a question to the class, she would say, "Hey, all right, guys, what's the answer to this question?" Specifically, she said, "Hey, guys, what's the answer to the question?" So guess what? All the guys in the class rose their hands and the girls did not. Just how literal kids are.
Yeah.
Pushing the buttons and stuff.
What age group?
It was like first grade or something like that. Maybe even kindergarten.
Sure. Yeah, I could see that.
Because kids are so literal, button 1. Guys, girls won't raise their hand.
You think you're looking into this more because you're a girl, Dad?
Yep, probably.
I mean, yeah.
And also no. Yeah, I just tried to, like I said, I tried to be respectful.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's just like given the times, like we're all maturing. We're all trying to at least. Just trying to do incrementally better, 1% better, whenever we can.
But maybe at the same time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does. Like,
well, to be fair, on this one, I didn't look into it. It was in the book I was already reading.
Well,
like, I didn't even have to look into it. It was just there.
I have so much to say about raising your hand or just talking in general. And maybe we might get into this in the episode with what we're going to talk about for our main subject here, but maybe not. I don't know. Future episodes for sure. I'm going to write that down. I got to remember, make a note to write that down. Yeah. But I do want to maybe do an episode where we go through and what are they called? Go through the stereotypes of girl dad, boy dad, or girl mom, boy mom stuff, and see which ones stick.
Yeah. No, I would enjoy that because I've got things to say about the differences between girl dad, boy dad. Boy, I'm a boy mom. I'm the boy mom cult. Sorry.
All right.
Yep. We're going to scratch that subject on a different day. That's my shit.
You lost your what?
Nothing. My notebook. My studious notebook. ADHD. You put something down and it's gone.
I think that's like every mechanic ever. The first thing that goes through my head is like 99% of the time in the garage, where the hell is that tool I just put down?
You might want to look in ADHD. Anyways, continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, moving to the random thought of the day. Random thought of the day I had yesterday. I was going through the McDonald's line, and they get to the end of the drive-through now, and it's like, hey, would you like a straw with that drink? And in my head, I was just like, don't put this pressure on me. Don't ask me. Like, of course I want the straw, but now that you've given me the option, I'm going to say no, because now it's on me to save the turtles. Yeah. And then you guys get stupid lid. I mean, if they give you a better lid, I don't know. It's like a coffee lid, and the ice gets always stuck in there, and it's like, I just need a straw, because now I gotta do this. I gotta tilt my head back to get a drink. I could just be going down. Maybe I should buy a metal straw. But like, what do you do? What do you do? Honestly, like, what's going through your head? Like, you get to the end of the drive-through. I don't know if you want the straw or not, but like, they give you the option. What are you saying?
Always yes.
That you want it?
Yeah.
Well, you're a terrible person then.
That's not a question. I always want the straw because of what you just said. Typically, when I'm in the drive-thru, I'm driving, and I would like a drink or to drink my drink, and I suppose like what you're doing with coffee. Like when I drink coffee, that's how I drink it. I don't drink coffee through a straw, so I don't know.
Weird.
It's just,
You don't drink
it's
warm
so
things
much
through a
less
straw.
convenient to do this with the ice in the stupid cups that McDonald's gives you now. So I'm getting this. I don't even. That's not even a question. In fact, I asked for more straws because I want my kids to have a straw too.
Jeez.
And if they could just cut them, please, because the straw is way too big for their milk that they give you. Like I don't trust my kids to drink it in their car seats without spilling it on them.
Well,
So
there's
if you
for
could,
sure
like,
people out there right now, like you're the worst.
give
You're
me
the-
a
you're the-
straw
you're the
and then
reason.
also cut that straw and then like throw the half of the straw on the street, please.
God, he doesn't do that. He recycles. I've been to your house. You recycle.
Yes, I recycle.
So yeah, that was like, and I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, so so that inspired a thought about like kind of like leadership, I guess, or taking on responsibility. So when the option is now, I know that's the face. When I was in my philosophy classes, I know when I was in my philosophy classes, and they asked us, hey, so we have open discussion, and I would say stuff like this, and people would be like, what the fuck? Like I had 400 lines of
Okay.
thought.
Just
Yeah.
go to your got it.
And so now I gotta like shit. Where did I lose people? Like, at which thought do I need to like catch people up at?
Hey, do you want
Anyways.
a straw? Leadership.
So let's connect the dots.
That's where you
Okay.
lost people.
But which dot do I need to start explaining to like catch him up quick? So that's really funny. You want a straw? Leadership.
Fuck.
So as soon as
You're a bad leader.
before I even you're a terrible leader. Before I even pulled out of the drive-through, I ended up going down this line of thinking that led me to leadership, such as they put the responsibility, right? Obviously, the thing with the straw is that it's environmentally friendly to not accept the straw, try to save a little bit of plastic. So when they give it to me, right? Like it's not my decision. They just give me the straw without me asking. I can say like it's not my fault that McDonald's is handing me the straw. It's like it's mine now. But when they ask me the question, they put that responsibility on me to make the decision. I'm going to say no because that's what goes through my head. Even though I kind of want it, I'm going to say no because it's like, oh man, I've heard all these things. Like, yeah, I should probably save some plastic. I do like to recycle and keep things clean. Yeah, I'm going to say no. So then that went through my head. And I'm like, man, it's weird how you react to those different situations. And I thought about the first time I went from a specialist to an NCO. The guys I was literally joking with 2 days ago are now my responsibility. And it's almost immediate. Like, that's why the leaders before me were saying the things they did because, yeah, we need to get this job done. And then we can, fuck around. Then you slowly move into a leadership role. There you go. There's my line of thinking.
Was it because you've gained an insight into something, so now it's up to you on how you utilize that information? So now it's a conscious choice versus being able to have this veil of ignorance, essentially.
I guess ignorance or plausible deniability, or like, oh, I didn't have any options. Like, it's not, I didn't have any options. They just gave me a straw. But then, you give someone the option. You tell them, you make the decision. You tell me what you want. And I think that's like, I mean, from that simple act of, do you want the straw? I mean, there's so much more that goes into it. Like, I'm thinking
I'm going to be thinking about the turtles every time I ask for a straw.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you look it up?
I'm putting all the pieces together. You've connected all the dots now. You went from straw to leadership and then you broke it back down from a higher level to back into.
I feel sorry. God, I feel sorry for my kids because yes, simple act, the simple act of giving you the option of accepting a straw. I'm gonna turn around and tell Oliver. So you know what, Oliver? You know what they just did there? Like, but assuming you didn't know anything about where a straw came from, this is how my mind works too. Is like, well, why wouldn't I want the straw? Oh, well, why are you giving me the option? Is the option because, like, do we need to think about this? Do you like what's why what and then going on and on and on and like yes. So yeah. The simple act of giving someone the option to choose to make the right or wrong choice themselves, whatever that may be.
Okay, so we Gemini'd this, and you're right. Yeah, it's not where it came from; it's where it's going. But by not accepting a straw from fast food restaurants, in a way, it's helping save the sea turtles by reducing plastic waste that pollutes the ocean and harms marine life. And ways that you can do more. Well, decline straws. Carry a reusable straw. Dispose
Is that
of
AI's
waste properly.
response?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gemini. I Googled it. I Gemini'd it. That's what I'm
Okay,
working on
okay.
future terms because it's not going to be Google anymore. It's going to be GPT or, chat it
Yeah,
or
sure.
AI
Yeah,
it
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, just future terms. Carry a reusable straw. You already said that, like a bamboo, silicone, or metal one. Dispose of waste properly, and then encourage change. So this is us. Hey, if you're out there and McDonald's or Culver's or whichever one of your fast food restaurants is offering you a straw, politely say, no, thanks. I already have one. I carry this metal one.
If you want, if you want.
Like QB Halloween.
That's gosh. Yep. So there you go. The more, and it's funny. Like I could go down another rabbit hole of the more you know. Like the world becomes a darker place or
It's for the
brighter. I don't
kids.
know. Depends. Yeah. Take and then yeah. Sometimes like, this is truly ignorance is bliss. Sometimes like you just can, but if you decide to take on knowledge and experience, decisions come with it. Both cool.
That was an interesting
So that's
random thought of the day.
yeah, that was my shtick on leadership. And I just realized that the show we were going to do today isn't going to really revolve around leadership. You wanted to do love to win or hate to lose. Yeah. You know what? Viewers, you're new here. Guess what? We're new here too. So we're figuring this. Do you even go here? It took me years to get that reference from Jordan every time she dropped it. So yeah, let's move on. So let's introduce us, Gavin. What are we talking about today? What's the subject we want to leave behind for our kids today?
How do you attack and accomplish life goals and whatnot? Do you love to win or do you hate to lose? And what kind of mentality does that bring out of you? And I was thinking through that a little bit. And I was like, hey man, like love to win, hate to lose, love to win, hate to lose. Okay. So I just see somebody as and this is just Kevin's personal opinion and thoughts on the subject without really doing too much of a deep dive into what other people think because it's not a new terminology. So somebody who loves to win, I feel like they use what they do as it's more of a means to an end type of people, that they don't get into that deep weeds of whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish, that it's more of a sports related thing, like there's winners and losers in sports, but in life there really isn't any winners and losers. Thank you, Simon Sinek. And with that, I was thinking about
It depends on how you define winning, by the way.
okay, yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, with that though, I was thinking also about my childhood, like who am I? What kind of a person am I? Do I love to win or do I hate to lose? And I feel like I'm a hate to lose for sure, because a lot of instances where I have run into people who love to win, and when the winners, the love to win people lose, it's like world fucking ending for them. And the little tidbit that the hate to lose can, at least I've fallen into the trap, was allowing the love to win people to win and then making so that they're not just bitching the entire time or complaining or won't play with me again. So I would intentionally lose so that the love to win people would win and feel good about themselves because I wanted to continue playing with them. And the case in point is our dad in 007 in James Bond.
Dude, stop right there. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. I have a note when I was going through my thought process yesterday where I'm like, it's not that dad loved to win because it's obviously versing us, but like I felt bad for not giving him a win every now and again because like he's trying, right? He's doing good. And I wrote down one scenario in which I was like, I wrote down like letting dad win once in a while in 007.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I first.
God, we are such twins.
That's where I first recognized it. It was like when I just mentally checking in on myself. Where did I? Oh yeah, yep. A lot of emotional control when it comes to competition and whatnot. I think there's just a lot fewer people who like I do love to win. I like winning, but it's not everything for me. The process.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's two things here for sure. There's people who I think are naturally good at things and they love to win and they haven't really handled loss before, and then there's people that just want to naturally, yes, love to win. I suppose you could say that too. For me, it came down to yes, personally, I love the challenge. I love everything that goes into learning to win. Like for me, a win is just coming out a little bit better than I was before, but I think you can I think there's a transition too. So like you go from hating to lose. So you start like working on the little victories, like things that make you feel good. You're learning something. You got small incremental, you're getting better along the way. And then eventually you become really good at the thing you're doing, either at work or in sports. Like I consider a win at work is like setting a timeline, creating goals, meeting those goals, exceeding expectations, and moving on to the next project. You can do that once you fully understand your job, you understand what you're doing, and you can start predicting timelines, and then you slowly start to love those wins. Like you look forward to the wins. Like I got this, I'm doing it, you win. Sports. Like I hated to lose, which is why I got better, but now I started to get those wins, and now I'm loving to win because that's what I've put the time in to starting to achieve those wins.
And that piece of it is more of the hate to lose mentality. I feel like the hate to lose mentality is key when developing a skill for sure, because and for pivoting in life. And pivoting is the word of the day in this podcast, and being more adaptable and mentally flexible in life, because if you don't want to lose, if losing is like worst case scenario, you're going to start mentally preparing for every different scenario, and you're going to train harder, and you're going to be better, and you're going to continue to bake this process where losing is an impossibility. And for those people, like they end up with a win, or at least not losing whatever it is they're doing, because they have prepped and prepared so thoroughly that they are now ready to take on really any challenge. That's the hate to lose, I feel like, mentality, just thinking thinking through it and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I like to see the sides of both too.
well, at some point you got to pull a win, right? Because another trap is that if you hate to lose and you do everything not to lose, when do you stop training and start doing?
That's the thing. Like that's the mindset that could be not dangerous, but like a pitfall in my mind as well. Is like
Trap pitfall.
it's like I'm so okay with these small little achievements, but there's still a goal. Like at some point, like I need to win or achieve that goal. For the people that love to win, like there is no other option. Like they're like this is it. This F the small achievements. I'm going for this no matter what. So there's a little bit more drive in that, which is why why maybe when they do lose, it is devastating. Which is, I mean, both good though, because that's like, I mean, as long as you can turn that into motivation to continue going, like don't let the devastation totally knock you out. Like that's the hard part there. So there's trade-offs to both for sure.
I wanted to kind of like go into this more, but we're losing a little bit of time. So anyways, so the loser and winner mentality. Losers will tend to say that it happened to me. Winners will tend to say, I achieved this. If you lose, I feel like the mentality should be, how can I improve? How can I get better? What can I do? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And one second. And I noticed this when I was teaching my daughter yesterday on foosball. She was playing foosball for the very first time. And every time her opponent would score, she would yell at him, because she's young. She doesn't know defense, offense, or anything, or which way direction to spin the spinners. But she would yell at him like, hey, man, like stop it. I'm like, Natalie, stop focusing on what he's doing and start, you got to focus on yourself, and you got to focus on getting that ball over that way, and think internally on what I can do to do that. And I tried to explain this to her, like, you can't think about what everybody else is doing. You got to focus on yourself.
Yeah. That's a little bit what happened with that goes into like trying to practice while also competing. She's just trying to do something, but he won't let her. That's so tough. Yep. So yeah. And that took me a very long time too, by the way. It took me a very, very long time to train my line of thinking to be, when I lose or something doesn't go my way, to internalize it first. Like, what could I have done differently? What could I have done better, before thinking about the external factors that I don't really have much control over. And that took me a long time. Jocko Willink's book was a big eye-opener. And a switch was flipped slowly after my deployment as well, for that line of thought. And I could go on and on. I know the day it happened. Where I'm like, huge switch was flipped in my brain, and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, the title of this podcast episode is Flipping Switches and Pivoting.
Oh my God, yeah. It's funny how you say a word and then it just kind of like sticks throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to wrap up too on, this goes into school, and for Oliver, this is something I'm going to teach you in the future. This is, I mean, and it's not for everybody. It might not even be for you, because your mom is totally different. When I came back and did college for the second time after my deployment, it wasn't about the grade. It really wasn't. And this helped me personally. It might help a lot of you. I didn't focus on the grade, especially in math, specifically in math, actually calculus in general. And then college as a whole. It wasn't about achieving an A. It was about learning the subject, learning everything I could, doing all the homework, and really understanding what was being taught. And then, because I suck at generalized testing, the whatever test you take to see if you're ready for college,
ACT, SAT.
The ACT said I wasn't ready for college, and screw you, I graduated with honors. So, but it had to come down to that. Like, the test still sucked for me, but I was fortunate enough to have professors that also realized that I want you to learn the subject. I don't want you to just regurgitate on a test. So if you didn't do so well on a test, if you're going to put the effort to come into my office, learn, and retake the test, it's going to be hard. But if you're going to put the effort into learning, like I want you to learn it. Like learn it, internalize it before you just regurgitate it. Put in the work and the rest will follow. That's basically what it boils down to for me.
Yeah. I just noticed that the sun's coming up back there.
Be flexible.
You can see my wall getting brighter. It's like shining in on the treadmill over here. I'm like, oh shit, it's light out. The sun has risen. And with that, the podcast is ending.
Yeah, so typically, thank you so much for listening to the Take on Life podcast. We're still a work in progress, as you can see. So if you do find this episode, if you do enjoy what you're listening to, give us a subscribe. Once we get 10 subscribers, we'll reinvest some stuff into this podcast because we are working on a budget right now. Some things I'd like to leave you with. Usually I like at the end of the shows that we've practiced on in the past, we like to leave you with a little something. And I don't have my phone on me. Otherwise, I was going to say a fancy little app that we like to use that I like to play recently. Little mind game app, but I don't got my phone on me today. Usually I got something for y'all, but I just want to say thank you for listening today. And I hope you enjoyed the talk.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate
I feel like I need a mustache.
This mustache is brought to you by Halloween, by the way. Well, you're full-time Army, so
I should say, it should add some contrast to this face of mine. Anyways, yeah. Okay, I gotta go get the kids ready for school.